Fellas, here we're back in Pokemon Masters. I guess that was the Ground and Dragon high score event. Do not plan on ranking in this one. We're just going for the 200,000 points, which is not going to be hard with Arceus, Lance, and Cynthia. But anyway, whatever. Let's see, what types, what weaknesses do these guys have? So far nothing. Oh, actually water and ice weakness for Nita is not bad. Ice weakness for Zinnia is not bad. Dragon. Okay, Leon's weak to Dragon. He's got no rules. And then ends weak. Okay. I'm looking at two spots where you could use Variety Giovanni on-type, and then I'm seeing two spots where you got on-type battles anyway. And then, Maxie's weak to grass as well, so, I mean, you could, you could kind of cook. Hold on. You could actually kind of cook here with different on-type weaknesses, like Maxie's Solar Beam and whatnot. That's not bad at all. Okay, cool. Very, 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 very nice. Anyway, whatever. I want to do some summons. I'm going to do 3 summons on the Ground Dragon Pokefer banner just for fun, and then we'll go ahead and hop into the battle, just because I really like this banner, and I would really appreciate some dupes with some of these characters. So we're going to do a few summons, and then we'll hop into the battles. My Rika is 2 out of 5. I would love any number of copies of her. I would like any copies of Leon, any copies of Raihan. I got 2 out of 5 Rika and Leon, 1 out of 5 Raihan. Let's see here. That's Ryuki. That's actually not a bad pull, though, to be fair, because these are all dragon and ground characters, so getting a ton of yeah, okay, getting Ryuki copies, I mean, that's something, right? And then a whole lot of Clays. Hello, Clay. Okay, man. The funny thing about this Clay banner, about Clay, is I ended up pulling a lot of Clays off of my daily scouts, which now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure I got one off of this scout, which makes sense because he's the only 3-star on the banner, so that makes sense. It's like those infinite pulls of Surge or whatever else on the electric high score event banners, and etc, right? Anyway, so we're getting pretty lucky with the 5-star pulls here, or I guess about average, 10% rates. Hello, Drazna. I mean, these would be good pulls. These are good pulls for anyone who has not, like, already used all of their scout tickets. So, whatever. Anyway, just a bunch more Clays. And that's it. Okay, and one more pull. I'm just doing 3 multis, that's it, because I've got the gems to spare. Let's go ahead, see if we can pull someone here in the 3rd multi. Could be lucky, could be not. I mean, whatever. The most useful dupes, of course, would be Leon and Rika, but of course getting Raihan to 2 out of 5 would be nice. It does give him some more flinching stuff, and some other utility like evasion. And, well, there's Raihan. Okay, here we go. We ended up getting a dupe of Raihan. Man, I'll take it, sure. Okay. There we go, 2 out of 5 Raihan, not too shabby, could definitely be worse. Could definitely just be another Drazna copy, right? And is that it? Looks to be so. Yeah, just a bunch of Clay, okay. So Clay and a Raihan. I'll take it, man, sure, not all of them at 2 out of 5. So any daily discounts that I do, if I get lucky, I'll be getting a 3 out of 5 of someone. I'll take that. Sure, whatever. Anyway, I'm gonna go plan some teams out. I'm just going for 200,000 points, which is not gonna be hard, but I will probably get significantly higher than that with the amount of characters I have available. Supports are gonna be the biggest problem with this, but yeah. Also, hi, you're here twice. Why is he here again? What are you using? You're weak to ground. What are you using? Zekrom. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. You don't have to be here twice. Whatever. Let's go ahead and hop into the battles. In the first battle here, we've got Arceus, Cynthia, Anniversary Raihan, and Costume Lyra at 1,000 strength versus N. I figured why hold back versus N when this is easily going to be over 100,000 points in one stage. I mean, if I was ranking, obviously I'm sure there's a better way to make use of Cynthia for overall better points, or definitely better partners for sure, but I don't really care about that. I'm just going for the 200,000 point baseline, and we ended up getting far above that, which is pretty commonplace, at least for a lot of these high score events for me. Anyway, I did use Mud Slap with Lyra just for the single target rebuff on N, simply because I could not manage to gauge with Earthquake as well enough to be able to get the exact damage that I needed, because I wanted to have super effective up next for Cynthia's Sync from Raihan's trainer move, but I would have to either fish for MPR, multiple MPR, or I would have to just single target with Lyra for the Mud Slap so I'd have enough gauge for it. So I ended up doing that. I could have also ran Head Start on Raihan, but I don't have any Ilhi skill cookies, so yeah, not having any of those is great. Or I don't have any deluxe cookies, but whatever. Anyway. Super effective next on the sync move is what really helps me actually end up winning this battle, though the -3 buff would have helped towards the end because I actually ended up needing the damage on all of the enemies towards the end, but I ended up getting a stupidly lucky dodge that saved the entire run, so that's good. But whatever, it's fine. So the 2 out of 5 Raihan didn't matter because it trained with NPR. Sand NPR, I mean, that's nice, but not necessary for this. And also for the slippery sidekicks. Slippery sidekicks was stupidly good for this. Or stupidly clutch, I guess is a better way to say it. So I'm surprised Lyra was able to actually survive as long as she did throughout this battle, even with like the mini potions and whatnot. Did not expect her to survive this long. Anyway, whatever. So this is where we are. We got the super effective next for Cynthia's sync move from using her trainer move, as well as I think +8 sync moves up next. And then we also have the super effective next on the next move from Raihan's trainer move, which is very clutch. That's the very, very strong. Sadly, does not KO. Like, that is like, very sad, but I mean, whatever. It still does a lot. Yeah, nearly KOs, just barely. I think I have Defense Crush on Lyra, so if I would have actually gotten more Defense Crush procs, that probably would have KO'd, and this probably would have been a pre-sync clear, but it was not, and the RNG was a lot. Oh, the RNG was a little bit in my favor for this run, man. We ran out of Ground Zone, which really, really sucks at this point. And we have the sides both with about 15% health left. The Ground Zone's gone, would have KO'd otherwise. And now the sand is about to be gone here as well. And we have this Earthquake. Only way to win is to dodge. And well, Cynthia dodged. That's funny. Took the screenshot. Love it. So just barely squeaked out 1,000 points, but with a little bit different RNG, a little bit better RNG, it could have easily gotten the win with a pre-sync clear. Just those defense debuffs would have been better, and probably some better management of the physical moves up next. That might have been a little bit better as well with Raihan. I'll probably end up redoing this just for my own sake. But yeah, 115,000 points in a single battle is pretty funny. 1,000 strength. Having a tech character and battle facility foe or champion on the setup is for the extra points, which I didn't really end up building around those because again, didn't care to rank that high. But I mean, whatever. So 115,000 points on N, not too bad. Though the investment probably pretty bad. Alright, and the setup versus Leon, of course we're going to be using Arc Suit Lance, same concept as Cynthia. The only problem is that Lance is very hyper-focused on single target damage, so handling the sides does become a problem. I could have easily done this with like 900 strength, probably could do 1,000 strength with different partners, but I just opted to bring Lucas to enhance his Lance as much as possible, and then Lodge Lance for the special moves up next for his buddy move, and then also just decent enough supportive capability. Honestly, like, his tanking's not great, not that great, but his healing's pretty good. He's got potions, he's got the midpoint men, and he's got the endurance. So his sustainability is like honestly not bad for free-to-play standards. Or not free-to-play standards, but like it's a free character if you've already got Lance, you know what I mean, right? I'm surprised no one's pointed that out. It's like, he's technically not free, Lance takes, you know, whatever. Anyway. So now, I go for Lucas to sync move for the support EX because I figured that would just be better than the damage we would get from Lance's sync move. Yeah, and I mean, we do get the rebuff with Lance as well, but double support EX, you know, double sync buffs, I'm pretty sure is just better. So, and also we get the damage on the side there, which, that's nice, so, sure. They did end up missing that attack, which I didn't end up queuing up a move with Lucas until afterwards, but it didn't really end up mattering either. And this is where we get into Buddy Hyper Beam. Does this KO? I think this actually KOs under Dragon Zone. Bonk? Yeah, it did. Okay. I'm pretty sure I didn't expect it to KO because this was like my first run after I ended up bringing Lucas instead of who I was bringing initially. So I didn't expect it to actually KO. Which is why this run's a lot more sloppy than what I would prefer it to be. But I mean, sure, man. Sure. I love that. Also, Lodge Lance ended up surviving until the end because he does have Danger Dodge. I did pick up that, so if you do need some very clutch dodging like Cynthia did versus Raihan, we can, of course, run that there too. Also, damn, I mean, I could put out Hyper Beams too. I will probably also end up redoing this score just for better points. I mean, again, not really ranking, but like it's so free and easy. Why not, right? Granted, I didn't end up actually redoing the damage challenge stuff either before that ended, so I suppose I'm just lazy. But either way, 95,000 points. We're already at 211,000 points. We've only done 2 battles. Granted, these are the 2 battles that are going to net the most points by far. And the last 3 battles are pretty sloppy in terms of team build-up. Granted, these setups were not exactly amazing either. But whatever. Let's just go ahead and finish up the last 3 here. At this point, it doesn't really matter. We can kind of just mess around. Alright, and the third battle is against Maxie, where we'll be utilizing Maxie to hit Maxie. Anyway, so obviously Grass Week, I figured, why not? Let's just try it. It's fine, honestly. The setup works. We do good damage with Maxie on the Grass Week enemy, but it's probably just better to end up running like a Sand Setter or New Year's Claire or a Weather Clear or something like that, to just get rid of the sun or make it so it's not a problem. Or running like it may be a better support that isn't Brendan. Because frankly, I mean, 300 strength or whatever, it's not that crazy, not that fantastic, nothing like that. Did not mean to attack the camera up there, by the way, but that's just how things ended up working. Anyway, whatever. Brendan and Maxie, I mean, at least they do have the Master Fair buff and passive there, right? So the physical attacks don't hit nearly as hard as they should. And of course, we do get the special defense buffs with Brendan, so that the special attacks aren't that bad either. Mostly worrying about like Fire Blast, Flare Blitz. Those are the big attacks that like are going to consistently be hurting, especially because we have no offensive debuffs on this setup. I don't really know who to run instead of this, but I mean, there's probably someone better. Like, it honestly might just be more effective to maybe run like Arc Suit Cynthia here, and then run someone else for the other stage, right? For the one high strength clear there, like versus N, right? And maybe like Costume Adamant, honestly, because Costume Adamant's cracked. But like, maybe it would just be better to run Arc Suit Cynthia here, get rid of the sand, you know, deal with all of it that way. I don't know. Either way, don't end up KOing with the sync move on Cynthia, because I'm pretty sure she failed the crit. Don't actually remember. That's great. That's my life. Maxie ends up getting absolutely destroyed, which does suck, but we are able to keep up the clinging scales because of the loss of gauge and whatever else. Trying to debuff as much with as possible with Brendan so that we can end up doing good spread damage. I mean, one of the parameters here is having high HP. Clearly not this run. We end up winning with, like, how much HP is this? Like, maybe 5% or something? Well, it's 15% with Cynthia, but between 3 allies, it'd be 5%. That's great, right? That's great for points. If we were to precinct, it would have been a lot better. So I'll probably end up redoing this run also, just so I can get the precinct clear in there. Yeah, 14% HP. I love that. Out of 300, okay, it's out of 30%, so yeah, the 15% with HP with Cynthia. That's so funny, though. Whatever, I mean, I don't care. We have the 200,000 points already, so it's mostly just having fun now. Alright, and versus Zinnia here, end up using Variety Giovanni. We did have 2 opportunities to be able to potentially use Variety Giovanni between here and, I think, Nita, because she is water weak. I ended up just using him here because Zinnia, the physical damage reduction on Zinnia is a little bit annoying, so just being able to build around that by using a already special attacking character, that's what I did. And also pair it up with Cyrus, because Cyrus benefits similarly from the special defense debuffs from Stupefy and Icy Wind, and is just a decent enough special dragon damage dealer, so why not, right? Thankfully, because of the first aid and the potions and whatnot, we're able to get decent enough points in terms of HP. That's something. I'll take it. And also I did run Adrenaline on Ingo because I already had it, so sure, why not? Anyway, yeah, so get the support EX in here with Ingo. Ingo, of course, is able to apply team healing, which is great. Ingo and Giovanni actually end up working pretty well, despite the fact that obviously Giovanni's not really benefiting from sand here, but Giovanni's got the sand protection for the team, so we're able to run Ingo pretty much free as our support, and also have the team hit and heal upon setting sand, so we're getting gradual healing in here, a little bit more HP back, for 1, obviously survivability, and for 2, the having leftover HP remaining parameter, right, so it's good for that. Just works out in all regards. And I end up blending together the Hydro Pump damage with Cyrus alongside his Sync Nuke, so we're able to use Cyrus' Sync Nuke here for damage, instead of using Giovanni's, which will do nothing, because again, ally physical damage is reduced on this stage. So, really Cyrus, able to hit hard, KO the sides, not worry about him, and then give him the Hydro Pump there. Would have been better to queue up a potion first, so we could get Cyrus back up to full HP for a little bit more of the points, but it's whatever. We still end up getting like 50,000 or so. Yeah, 49,599. There we go, hit the 300,000 point bar. Very, very nice. Had 200% HP remaining. Not too bad. Again, healing up Cyrus there would have been a little bit better for points, but it doesn't really matter too much. It's fine. And the final battle, 420 strength. No, not because it's a funny number, versus Nita. I figured because Datamine is so stupidly strong, I would go ahead and just start trying to actually get some points with him. Datamine is so good, man. I love this character. This is one of my favorite characters of the year. Not just because it's Datamine, but because he's so strong, surprisingly enough. Rika's Tankin's great with the team trash. Tankin does help out with the sustainability, but it is annoying, of course, for quad queuing, so I had to pretty much build around that, which thankfully she does have slippery sidekicks on her Trina move, as well as having accuracy debuffs. Potentially, right? Also had alongside Alt Leon having the debuffs as well, could get accuracy, you know, that all would help. So basically we're relying on a dodge here, or confusion also, right? Because Leon can also confuse with the Flabbergast on Will-O-Wisp. That was nice. I ended up just running Leon mostly for just side damage and like debuff purposes. Didn't really have any specified role for him, but I mean his damage is good. Unironically, like his damage is good, and it was crucial for the win for the most part. I also didn't really end up using a lot of the characters that I figured that I would. I mean, there's obviously a few that I just would not use, like Zinnia. Both Zinnia, sadly. Drake, oh my god, Drake, that's crazy. But I mean, hey, whatever. I probably have some better characters to make use of. I didn't end up making use of Sygna Serena, but also because she's 1 out of 5, so I'm really not going to make too much use there. I didn't end up using Champion Nate. Definitely going to try, okay, maybe not definitely, but I will probably try and redo some clears to use Champion Nate, because that guy's definitely got to have use. Come on, he's got a god tier nuke. He's gotta be good for this, at least in some area. Far better than some other options that I utilized at the very least. Ended up using regular Lance, Ryuki, Drazna. Not that some of these characters would be that great. Anyway, Palatine's Mallow. Didn't end up using. So there's a lot of options that I still have left remaining. And that's just for like Dragon, right? In terms of ground, I mean, Fall Roxanne, though she is 1 out of 5. Regular Cynthia. Courtney, there's a few other options there that I just never ended up making use of that could probably provide some good strength, better than the scores that I ended up getting here. 376,000 points, is that what it said? Yeah, 376,000 points, that's not bad. I mean, I'll take it. Again, I'm not really ranking that high here, but I'll just take it for a first time clear. 300-something thousand points, ended up in like Master 38. Definitely not going to stay there, probably not even going to stay in the top 500, but I mean, whatever, that's fine. So, there were my battles for the Dragon Ground High Score event. We'll probably end up redoing them. Probably not great. Definitely not a great score in terms of the characters that I have available. Like 3 out of 5 Arc Suit Cynthia, 4 out of 5 Arc Suit Lance, a 5 out of 5 EX Roll Lucas, Party Giovanni at 3 out of 5, 5 out of 5 Costume Adamant. Like, there's a lot of good characters that I have here. 3 out of 5 EX Roll Champion Nate that I never even used. There's a lot of good characters here that'll probably end up boosting my scores in these different stages a lot more than what I ended up actually utilizing. So I'll just have to probably work around that a little bit, and I'll probably end up increasing my scores in some areas. Just the easy battles probably, though. I'm not really too worried about it. The rewards aren't that great for getting more points anyway. It's just like 1 5-star power-up ticket. Whoopee. Anyway, yeah, there's the battles. I hope you all enjoyed it. Let me know what score you got. Let me know if you're going to be ranking, if you're not ranking, if you're satisfied with your score, or whatever else. Also, double rewards, by the way. Pretty sure we got double rewards this high score event, which was nice for the anniversary. And, yeah, whatever. I'll see you later. I hope you all enjoyed.